On a quiet country road lined with hay bales and heartbreaks, John Sansone thought he had signed up for love. Instead, he found chaos. Welcome to Farmer Wants a Wife Season 3. A season filled with unexpected twists, rejected kisses, and one of the most controversial final choices in franchise history. John Sansone, the handsome, soft-spoken farmer with a law school brain and a cowboy's heart, began his journey like most bachelors do on reality TV, confused, hopeful, and caught between too many choices. But unlike other farmers, John's romantic roller coaster was more dramatic than anyone could have predicted. At first, it seemed like Samantha Reel had stolen his heart. John picked her for the very first solo date, placing his early hopes on the charismatic social media influencer. But things took a sharp turn when Samantha refused to kiss him on camera, leaving John embarrassed and fans furious. Samantha quickly earned herself the label of season villain, and John was left wondering what just hit him. Still, he clung to the connection, hoping to win her over. But then came the curveball no one saw coming. Samantha self-eliminated, walking away from the farm, the show, and John. It was a gut punch for John, but in the wreckage of that rejection, another connection quietly began to grow. Lily Ayres. Lily was sweet, sincere, and shared John's core values, especially when it came to faith and raising children. Their bond felt authentic, real, natural. Fans quickly rallied behind her, cheering on what looked like a perfect match made in farmhouse heaven. But just when it seemed like John had found his happy ending, another woman re-entered the frame, Clare Dirette. Clare wasn't an obvious frontrunner. In fact, when she first met John, the sparks barely flickered. There was no romantic music cue, no passionate glances, just polite smiles and surface-level chats. John was busy chasing what he thought he wanted until he realized Clare might be what he needed. Over time, Clare and John spent more one-on-one moments. They laughed more, opened up more. Their chemistry grew in silence, in contrast to the whirlwind romances spinning around them. And just like that, what started as a background connection turned into a game-changing decision. In the season finale, John shocked viewers and the entire cast by choosing Clare over Lily. The choice was bold, controversial, and it left fans reeling. Why walk away from someone who matched your values, to take a chance on someone who challenged them? Well, John had his reasons. But was it the right choice? Lily Ayres had everything John seemed to be looking for. Their conversations were deep, their goals aligned, and when the subject turned to raising children and sharing values, Lily and John were almost a perfect mirror. She didn't just want life on the farm, she was ready to build a life. One that included discipline, structure, and a faith-centered home, just like John had always imagined. To viewers, it was a no-brainer. The two looked like they'd been plucked out of a Hallmark movie. So when John took Clare on a solo date just before the finale, most assumed it was just a courtesy, one final chat before making the obvious choice. But then came the twist. During their date, Clare didn't shy away from the hard topics: religion, family, parenting styles. Instead of nodding along to John's views, she challenged them. She spoke about a more gentle, flexible way of raising kids. Her views on faith were more open-ended, and while John initially believed they'd be aligned, what he discovered was difference. Raw, real, thought-provoking difference. In that moment, John faced a choice that countless couples in the real world face. Do you choose someone who already agrees with you, or someone who might challenge you to grow? It was clear. Lily was the safe option. Clare was the unexpected one, and John, perhaps tired of playing it safe, made his decision. He picked Clare. The finale was packed with emotions. Lily, stunned but graceful, accepted his decision. Clare, surprised herself, embraced John with joy. But behind the scenes, and across the internet, fans were split. Some called John brave, others said he sabotaged his own future, and a few even questioned whether love was ever really his goal. Because let's face it, Clare and John's connection wasn't love at first sight. It was messy, imperfect, human, but maybe that's why it mattered. With cameras fading and the season wrapping up, the question on everyone's mind was no longer who John chose, but whether that choice would actually last. Did John make a mistake? Or did he stumble into something more real than he ever expected? So, did the risky choice pay off? In the months following the Farmer Wants a Wife finale, fans were glued to social media, waiting for updates. Would John and Clare go public with their love? Would she move to the farm? Would they be picking out wedding venues or planning their exit from the spotlight? The answer? Well, it's complicated. Yes, John and Clare are still together. As of the finale airing. That's a big deal in the world of reality TV, where most couples barely make it past the credits. But don't expect wedding bells anytime soon. John and Clare are taking things very slow. In fact, Clare no longer lives on the farm. After filming Wrapped, she returned to her home in Chicago, while John stayed behind to continue law school. That's right. While juggling life as a farmer, John is also chasing a law degree, which doesn't exactly leave room for romantic weekend getaways. In an interview with People, John shared this: "We're just going day by day, seeing how it goes. I think that's the best way to do it, because if we start putting all this pressure and timelines and stuff on our relationship, it's just bound for trouble." It's a refreshingly honest take. No promises, no fast-tracked engagements. Just two people trying to make it work across state lines, different lifestyles, and, let's not forget, some major ideological differences. But what does that actually mean? Are they really building a future? Or just stalling the inevitable? Some fans see their slow pace as maturity. Others think it's a sign they're not meant to last. What's clear is that John and Clare are no longer playing by reality TV's unwritten rules. They're not selling couples merch. They're not staging Instagram love stories. And they haven't made any public appearances pushing their romance down our throats. They're just living. In a world where love is often forced for ratings, John and Clare's cautious approach is either a refreshing dose of reality or a countdown to quiet heartbreak. Only time will tell. Just because the cameras stopped rolling doesn't mean the drama did. After the Farmer Wants a Wife Season 3 finale aired, social media lit up with speculation, not just about John and Clare's relationship, but also about the women John didn't choose. And at the center of it all? Samantha Reel. Remember her? The influencer who humiliated John by refusing to kiss him on their first solo date and then walked off the farm like a storm blowing through a cornfield? Yeah, she wasn't done yet. After the finale aired, Samantha posted a cryptic and now deleted Instagram story that sent fans into overdrive. The message? Good riddance. BTW Lily was the actual winner. Ouch! It was a clear jab at both John and Clare. And just like that, any hopes of an amicable post-show friendship vanished. As of now, Samantha and John don't follow each other on social media, and judging by her parting words, they likely won't be exchanging Christmas cards anytime soon. But not all of John's former flames are throwing shade. Shortly after the show ended, Farmer Wants a Wife cast member Cody Crawford shared an Instagram story that featured a group hangout. John, Matt Warren, Cody himself, and, surprise, both Samantha and Lily. Naturally, fans lost it. Was this a spoiler? A sign John had ditched Clare? A secret reunion? Turns out it was just a casual get-together. No hard feelings, at least from Lily's side. Despite losing out on John's final rose, Lily has stayed classy and calm, and her friendship with other cast members seems to be intact. While Clare didn't appear in the photo, there's no sign of tension between her and the rest of the cast. At least not publicly. But fans couldn't help but wonder, if John is still hanging out with Lily, what does that mean for Clare? Is she totally fine with it? Or is this yet another sign that their relationship might be hanging by a thread? And then there's the question no one wants to ask. But everyone is thinking, what if John chose the wrong woman? It's the question that lingers long after the lights dim and the final credits roll. Did Farmer Wants a Wife actually help John Sansone find real love, or just a temporary connection edited for prime time? With Clare back in Chicago and John deep in his studies and farming duties, the odds seem stacked against them. No ring. No joint move, no joint social media accounts flaunting their love, just updates here and there, and the occasional hopeful quote. And maybe that's enough, for now. Clare and John may not be the picture-perfect couple reality TV tries to sell, but they are communicating, they're visiting each other, and they're choosing to figure things out outside the glare of the spotlight. For some fans, that's a sign of maturity. For others, it screams red flag. Can a long-distance relationship between a Chicago city girl and a small-town farm guy really go the distance? Especially when their views on faith, parenting, and daily life are already so different. Let's not forget, John didn't pick Clare because they were perfectly aligned. He picked her because they weren't, because she challenged him, because she made him think, because she sparked something he hadn't felt before, the possibility of a different kind of future. But that kind of connection takes work. As we speak, there's no confirmed timeline for when or if Clare will return to the farm. There's no wedding date, no baby plans, no big announcements, just two people still figuring it out. And in a reality TV world filled with performative love and rushed engagements, maybe, just maybe, that's the most authentic ending of all. So, are John and Clare still together? For now, yes, but is it forever? That's a story still being written. One quiet conversation, one long-distance visit, and one uncertain promise at a time. Thanks for watching Facts. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below. Was John's decision brave or foolish? Should he have picked Lily? And do you think he and Clare will make it work? We'll be watching.